Alright, what's up everybody? We are on Season 2, Episode 2 of Vinland Saga, which is called Ketil's Farm. Yeah man, what a fantastic reintroduction to the series last episode was. I was immediately into it, from the get-go. Of course, a little bit surprised at the same time as well, because here we are starting the show again, and we get introduced to what appears to become perhaps our second protagonist or something for the show, right? With Einar, who I absolutely love the way they set up his backstory, and I love how they did it with that exact same pacing that I got used to from the show. Relatively slow paced, but it just allows you to take everything in a little bit better, and it allows you to truly, I don't know, like I feel like grow a bond or whatever already with a character like that within just a single episode, and that's something that I can't give enough credit for. It was tragic, of course, as I think Einar himself, he literally was prepared for what was coming for him in a way, whereas his family was completely oblivious to it. And yeah, as a result, they got the payback for it, I guess, because we see him, of course, living on the countryside, I guess, a relatively peaceful life that he had with his mom and his sister. But then, as soon as their village gets attacked, yeah, both of his family members die, and he's left all by himself. And it's fascinating, of course, because I question obviously about like, okay, where are they taking his character? What arc can I expect for him? Is it going to be similar to Thorfinn, where he was, Thorfinn was of course very eager for revenge, but I already pointed out in the last episode that revenge doesn't necessarily seem like something to cut out from. I mean, maybe it is, but then more in a broader sense of like it's not focused on a single person, but it's rather focused on the world, right? And yeah, I don't know. I can definitely see that where people had this. I don't know if they actually had this criticism about Thorfinn, but I feel like I might have heard it before, where like, okay, Thorfinn obviously was just way too caught up with something that, in the grand scheme of things, didn't matter all that much. Just like, yeah, you can take your revenge on Askeladd, but where's that ultimately going to take you, right? And in the end, he was even forced into not getting it, which made it all the more depressing and sad. But we saw that because his mind was so clouded by this one objective, there was no room for any real progression, any character development in that first season as far as Thorfinn went, right? Like, we got it for Askeladd, and we got it for Canute, and for a bunch of characters. Thorfinn always stayed the same. And so, I think Einar is definitely going to be a different case, while at the same time, having Thorfinn alongside, Thorfinn is now gonna have room, hopefully, to find some kind of purpose or whatever, right? Although it might still take a while for him to finally see that. But, like, the one line that I especially think back to is how his mom, Einar's mom, said to him that, like, you haven't lost as long as you're alive. What exactly did she say? Like, you can always start over. That's basically what she was trying to make clear to him, right? But obviously right now, where Einar's mental process is at, that's the last thing on his mind. Like, oh yeah, I want to start over here. He's like obviously completely depressed, not only having his family killed, but then in a super brutal way, sort of getting introduced to the realities of this world that we're seeing at this moment in Vinland Saga. Being surrounded by all those other people sold into slavery, where they threw that one girl overboard just because she was sick, where they treat everybody with such, yeah, what's the opposite of care? Like, they're not treating them very well. And that's, that is where we then actually get, of course, into the connection to Thorfinn, which I'm fascinated to see where they're going to take his character, especially, right? But Einar met Leif there as he was being sold into slavery. And he could tell that Leif was a very different person than all the other people that were actually looking to buy slaves there, right? Leif was just looking for a relative. Once again, as we saw him already do it throughout the entirety of Season 1, he was just looking there for Thorfinn, and that Einar respected that, and he appreciated that, right? And especially he could tell the good that was inside of Leif, also for the way Leif treated him, because as soon as he realized that it was all a mistake or whatever, right, he gave him like this firm hand grip or whatever, right, and said, "I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't mean to actually buy you here in the first place." And I guess it's also kind of like a symbolic, I'm sorry for what's happening to you, And I think that's so, yeah, it's awesome. So, Einar is obviously going to tell Thorfinn about this encounter that he had, I would imagine, or he's going to, well, he already put two and two together. That's what we do know. And so I wonder where they're going to take all of that. But, you know, the last thing that I can, I guess, quickly bring up is like, what is Thorfinn actually doing here? Is something that I also try to ask myself. In what role is he actually here? Like the guy, I guess. I mean, the episode is called Ketil's Farm, right? So the guy that bought Einar is called Ketil, I guess. He is the one owning this farm where all these people are working. We saw Thorfinn working there too. Is he working there also sort of as a slave? I mean, maybe not necessarily as a slave, but as somebody who has like a crime still to pay for. Because of course, I mean, we know that at the end of season 1, Thorfinn literally attacked Canute there, and I don't know, in the moment I thought that with everything that Thorfinn and Canute and stuff had went through, that Canute would still allow him to leave, just allow him to go. But maybe actually that's a miscalculation on my end, no pun intended. But yeah, like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess to immediately show off the status that Canute now has as a king, you know, needing to have people look up to him and stuff, right? He's forced to punish Thorfinn in some kind of way. And so this is the punishment that Thorfinn ultimately received. It's like, okay, you're going to be working at this farm now, and you're going to do right for having stabbed me here. Yeah, or trying to at least, right? The question is for how long, and you know, again, how will Leif then, will Leif be able to rescue him from here if Leif eventually finds out where Thorfinn is at? I guess first we're just going to see Thorfinn actually, yeah, learn about Einar, and, you know, they're going to, I don't know, develop some kind of bond. What that's going to look like is the question. But for now, guys, lots of questions on my mind as we're heading into episode 2. I can't believe I've been talking for like almost 7 minutes. But yeah, I'm super excited to dive in. You know, this is such a great show. I absolutely love it. And so we're just going to get started with episode 2. But of course, before we do, let me quickly remind you that if you enjoy my reactions to Vinland Saga, you can actually catch up with me all the way to where we are currently at in the show as it's airing over my Patreon page, which is of course linked on top of the description. Not only can you immediately, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can catch up on the next 4 episodes straight away, but like I said, I upload these reactions over on Patreon as the episodes air, basically the day after I post my reactions already on Patreon. So if you want to, you know, see me react to the show as the episodes air, that's what you can check out over there. Your support is, of course, very much appreciated and allows me to make these videos in the first place, so keep that in mind. And then with that being said, let's get into episode 2 of season 2 of Vinland Saga. Here we go.
Einar, Thorfinn, 今日からお前たちは友人だ。
They're gonna have to be.
さあ、挨拶しろ。お前たちに同じ仕事を与える。協力するんだぞ。
よろしく。
Yeah, Thorfinn doesn't have the same mannerisms though.
仕事について説明しよう。この森はわしの所有物だ。これをお前たち二人に貸してやろう。
貸す？
うん。一切任せる。この土地を買い込む、運用し収穫を上げろ。わしが正しい値段で買い上げる。
Oh, really?
金額がお前たちの値段を上回ったら、自分で自分を買い取れ。
That's surprisingly moral.
自分で自分をって、つまり自由になれるってことですか？
うん、そうだ。
This guy immediately gave me that impression already. Like, you could have ended up with someone worse, you know, as fucked up as it still is buying slaves, of course, but 3 years.
どうした？不服か？
Yeah, he basically figures this could have been way worse. That makes sense, because that's what they would have set out for Thorfinn. Like, they must have given Thorfinn that same promise, right? Of like, oh, here, you can buy yourself free again. For what you did. Thorfinn just doesn't even fucking care. He's not gonna tell you his whole backstory, dude. Okay. That's a lot, right? Yeah.
まだ結構
Yeah. Quite a lot. Surely Einar can tell that Thorfinn just has a, you know, he's scarred. He has a long past behind him, clearly. All right. Yeah, his family never respected him too much for his skills either, right?
なあ、ここの昼飯はどうなってんだ。
あるよ。
What, hunted themselves or?
取りに行くのか？
Surely that's what it is, right?
いや、そろそろ奉公人が持ってくる。
Oh, retainers?
本当かよ。至れり尽くせりだな。
Einar can't believe himself.
じゃあ今夜あたり行ってみるか。
ああ、行け行け。行って振られてこい。
そりゃないっすよ。
あれじゃねえか、新入りってのは。アホ面だ。奴隷の面だな。
どうも、私は。
ああ、知ってる。聞いてるよ。
何ですか、これ。弁当だ、お前らの。
What's gonna be in there, though?
じゃあ今夜結構だからね。
That's not terrible, right? Or is it? There's bread and...
弁当。
Oh, it's just not a lot. Okay.
なんだ、文句あんのか、おい。これ二人分かよ。
Oh.
ああ、だとよ。
やれやれ。
食えるだけマシなお前らに自由民の俺たちがわざわざ弁当を届けてやったんだ。まずは礼だろ、礼。
Damn, man.
こいつら。
I mean, these guys are clearly treating them much more poorly than Ketil himself, though.
ありがとうございますってよ。なんだその目は。てめえ。
いただきます。どうもありがとうございます。
Yeah, Thorfinn is not willing to lose,
トルフィン。
you know,
そいつに礼儀を
his
教え
food
と
as
け
well.
よ。
He's probably still gonna have to teach him a couple things.
昼寝してやがる。お前もさ、いくら奴隷だからってへこへこすんじゃねえよ。
エイナル、後ろから押してくれ。俺は前で引く。
I'm surprised that Thorfinn is not actually giving him that much crap, you know. I would kind of think that Thorfinn, in his position, build a raft.
もう少し来た方がいいんじゃないか。そんな年寄り馬一頭じゃ無理だ。
But yeah, that he would really want to put Einar in his place, but he's... I guess he doesn't really have a choice, you know.
ああ、これあいつらの仕事じゃないのか。
He needs him on his side.
普通奴隷に馬を扱わせたりしないだろ。
エイナル、前を持ち上げてくれ。
わかった。
Oh, he can't... Dude, he can't even lift it. Ooh, just barely.
行くぞ。
奉公人ってあれだろ。自分の畑がないから旦那の使用人やるしかねえ連中だろ。
ああ、
なんだよ。そんなもんお前、半分奴隷みたいなもんじゃねえか。俺らをいじめて自分たちより下がいるってことを確か
I
め
mean, I really do wonder if Ketil wants those retainers to be treating him like this, you know?
あ、トルフィン、お前もそう思うだろ。
But maybe I'm thinking too highly of him.
どうでもいいよ、そんなこと。
どうでもいいことあるかよ。俺たちは旦那の財産なんだぞ。奉公人なんかがこぎ使っていいわけがねえ。旦那に言いつけてやる。
やめとけ。嫌がらせがひどくなるだけだ。
お前な、そんなんでいいのかよ。
Man. Einar's giving me some Aaron vibes, man. It's like, you're not gonna accept this, right?
どうだいなる。
Okay, so is he gonna tell him about it now?
報告が。
Well,
やめろ。
黙ってろ。今日こちらの奉公人が。
oh no. Who is this?
うしたい
Damn, Einar, you really that thirsty? Jesus. Lost his entire train of thought, didn't care anymore. I guess he has a new objective. Now we still need to find something for Thorfinn.
報告はいいのか
I can imagine Thorfinn, yeah, he could tell immediately, right? Man, I love the pacing of these episodes. It's such a stark difference with all the other animes that I watch. Like, I actually get to take this in. It's nice. You know, I don't feel too pressured.
暑いなおこっちに一杯送れ
Damn, they got like kids working there too.
何度も言わせるなオールマル
んだよ言われた通りやってんじゃねえか
手釜を使えそれともっと膝下ぐらいの高さで刈るんだ前にも教えただろ
枯れりゃいいんだろ枯れりゃよ
You can immediately tell what his attitude is like with the thing that he has in his mouth.
いい株を長めに残しておくのはだいたいお前は17にもなってまだ仕事の段取りが分かっとらん
せーな分かってんよ段取り完璧っすよ
人の話を謙虚に聞かんかそんなことで
He's gonna be
人の上
trouble.
に立つ人間には
はいはいはい膝下ねわかりましたよ
Damn, watch out, dude. Exactly, you're about to hit.
旦那のこのオルマルだ
Oh, that's his son.
ああやってらんねたまにおとなしく手伝って
Lazy as fuck.
細けえことをぐちぐちよ
お前はじきにこの農場を継ぐんだぞもう少し自覚を持て
Well, I'm not sure about
俺がい
that.
つ継がせてくれって頼んだよあ大の男がちまちまちまちまちまちまちまちま漏らしごとやってられっかっつうの俺はこいつで
Oh, he wants to be a warrior or what? He can't even get it out. Is the sword too long for him or what?
剣で成り上がってやんだよ
オルマルまたんか
That's what we call an epic fail.
こんなど田舎で一生終わってたまるかよクルート王帝殿下の軍団に加わってそのうちハラルド王が援軍の船を招集するはずだ
Oh shit.
私、若様はここを継いだ方がいいと思うな。
ああお前まで
私、心配で。だって。
あ
ねえ。来て。もう一回。
Oh god. Oh my god, this little pervert. Oh. What? That's his daughter? And he's listening in? Oh god, he just wants her to get... Yeah, round 2. Oh my god. He just wants her to get with this dude. So they can, you know, get the farm. Exactly.
このまま若様が通い続けてくだされば。
This is crazy.
どうなさいました若様
うちの娘が何か粗相でも。
うるせえボケてめえらの魂胆は分かってんだよ貧乏こ
Why did he... Why...
親父の財産が目当てなんだろうが
Is it just that he realized, or...?
親戚になりゃ贅沢できるってか
そのようなことは決して
Why did he storm out of there so angry?
女ってやつはどいつもこいつも
ああ若様私どもはそんな
I guess he heard them outside, right? That must have been it.
ちくしょうどいつもこいつも俺は俺だ親父のおまけじゃねえ居心地悪いだ若様
Nobody seems to be really looking up to him.
何してんすか
Who are this? His drunk friends?
おめえらこそ何やってんだ
What does it look like?
今そっち行きますね
Walk straight, dude. The guy can't even walk in the first place.
おい、麦が。
Oh, it's damaging.
また兄貴に怒られちゃうからさ。
てめえらに構ってるほど暇じゃねえんだ。
These guys are kind of like the equivalent of the two brothers in season 1.
まあそうカリカリしないのも若いんだから。冷たいね。
おい、馬の口取るんじゃねえよ。
いいからいいから飲み直そうね、飲み直そう。
How is he letting himself get rolled into all this shit? This guy has no power. As much as he would like to think that he does. Yeah, maybe the master was gonna be mad about what they did there, though.
おとなしく後継ぎはいいもんよ。戦争を知らねえんだ。戦士がかっこいいもんだと思い込んでんだろ。昔、俺の住んでた村に2度兵隊が来た。イングランド王の軍勢に村中の家を焼かれた。
That's when his... Yeah, when his dad defended him, what he mentioned. And that's where he got killed, damn.
ただ見てるしかなかった。次に来たのがデーン人の軍勢だ。
What's the difference?
あいつらは人の皮をかぶったけだものだ。
I guess it's kind of bringing back, yeah, memories for Thorfinn. Damn. What a throwback, yeah. Fantastic episode, man. And yeah, it's actually a little surreal to see that Thorfinn has changed as a character, right? Like, that's the thing that stood out the most to me, is immediately noticing here, of course, a few years have passed. So it's understandable that he's already gone through a process. And that's, yeah, the writing is just so natural, because you can tell this is still the same Thorfinn, but he's also learned from the past. And he's, you know, not as... I don't know if rebellious is the right word. I think it's just that he realizes that in the situation that he's in, he has no choice. You know, it's yeah, like, I feel like the old Thorfinn was a little bit more... I mean, I don't know how he would have reacted in this particular situation, but the old Thorfinn was, of course, very... I don't know what the right word is, like, yeah, I mean, self-centered, rebellious in a way, but, like, I feel like if these guys would have treated him poorly, the way that they did, of course, with Einar and Thorfinn, they are not giving them food and stuff. The retainers is what they called them, right? I feel like he would have said something about that, and he would have stood up to them. And now it's like he's just too used to this, and he realizes that, like, it's only going to get them into more trouble, and there's just no point to it, I guess. And so he just prefers to stay silent about it and focus on his objective, I guess, and make the best of his situation. And so it is interesting because, of course, yeah, working on this farm, you quickly realize that your slave master, I guess, is actually the best person here. He's like the person allowing you to have a chance still, and giving you the opportunity to buy yourself out eventually. Which is, of course, again, as messed up as the whole situation is, still a nice gesture, right, on his side of things. And yeah, I mean, again, it becomes clear to me that, like, the bigger problems that we're going to have are going to be all these other characters. It's going to be the retainers, but it's also going to be the son that that Ketil has there, who, you know, I don't really know exactly what to make of his character yet, but clearly he wants to make a name for his own, and doesn't really feel at home here, but at the same time completely lacks, from what I can tell, the power and the, yeah, I don't know, the ability to even get there, if that makes sense. So I wonder what that's going to mean. I feel like this is the kind of character that's just going to be a problem, because he's always going to react out of jealousy. He's going to just be that typical loser that can't stand other people, you know, either being successful, but also, like, people lower than him, who wants to show that he's powerful, right? Wants to show off, and is just going to be a complete bitch to Thorfinn and Einar in the future, I imagine. You know, for that reason. So Yeah, interesting. You know, that conversation at the end was fascinating, where Einar sort of like talks about these two sides all being the same, both committing those atrocities, and then Thorfinn realizing that he himself was part of those atrocities, you know, committing them, helping Askeladd to commit them back in the days. Man, what else can I talk about? Yeah, and Einar, of course. Well, he fell in love very quickly there, right? I think that the woman that we saw was not the same, actually. That's something that I got confused about. Like, is that the same woman that we saw with, you know, like Ketil's son? But I don't think so. I assume that this woman that we saw is actually Ketil's daughter, so that's going to be the sister of the guy, you know, who's causing a lot of trouble too. So what's going to happen there is a big question on my mind. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's anything else that I can really say. No, I feel like that was basically it. I just really enjoy, as I've said it 100 times, but the pacing of it. I enjoy how slowly it builds up these arcs, but you can already tell that, like, we're going to be in for a crazy season, man. Only 2 episodes, and there's going to be 24 of them. So there's so much still to follow. And, you know, we didn't really get, for example, Einar confronting Thorfinn yet about Leif and stuff. I wonder if when he's going to tell him about that. I can't wait for that moment to come around. I wonder how the bond is going to develop still between these two. I was surprised that Thorfinn therefore wasn't also giving too much shit to Einar for as much of a newcomer as he is, and even though he clearly didn't know his way around here and sort of had these ambitions, right? And was trying to still stand up to some of the injustices here taking place on the farm, and Thorfinn just being... He didn't get mad at him for it. He just, you know, I guess let him find out on his own. So, yeah, I can't wait to see where we go from here, guys. Of course, if you enjoy my reactions to Vinland Saga, you can catch up right now on the next 4 episodes straight away and watch the episodes as they air along with me over my Patreon page, which is going to be linked on top of the description. Go and check it out. Your support is very much appreciated and allows me to make these videos in the first place, so keep that in mind. And now with that being said, I look forward to seeing you back in the next episode.